You're driving home. Red and blue lights flash behind you. Your heart rate spikes because you have your legally owned firearm in the vehicle. The officer walks up and asks that one question. Do you have any weapons in the vehicle? Most lawful gun owners make one critical mistake right here that costs them their firearm, their carry permit, or worse. Today I'm showing you the exact words to say when police ask about your gun. Miss even one of these steps, and you could turn a simple traffic stop into a legal nightmare. Here's the fundamental mistake. Gun owners either over-explain everything or try to hide the gun completely. Both blow up in your face. Picture this. Officer asks, "You have any weapons?" You panic and start rambling. "Well, officer, yes, I have my Glock in the center console. It's loaded, but no round in the chamber. I have my permit. I go to the range every month. I'm law-abiding." Stop. You just gave way more information than legally required. The officer hears nervousness and overcompensation. Now let's look at the opposite. Hiding it. You think if you don't mention it, maybe he won't notice. Terrible plan. If the officer discovers your gun after you failed to disclose, especially in a duty-to-inform state, you've just committed a crime. Even in no-duty states, if he discovers the gun and you never mentioned it, the stop instantly escalates. Both approaches make you look suspicious when you've done nothing wrong. Here's what you need to know. Duty-to-inform laws vary dramatically by state. In Michigan, North Carolina, and Louisiana, you must inform the officer immediately that you're armed the moment he makes contact. In Michigan, if you don't disclose, that's a civil infraction first offense. Second offense, license suspended. In North Carolina, you must give the officer your permit, along with your driver's license. Then there are if-asked states like Texas and Ohio. You only inform if the officer asks for your ID. Finally, no-duty states like Arizona have no legal requirement to inform at all. But here's the insider knowledge. Even in no-duty states, most experienced carriers inform anyway. Why? Because if the officer discovers the gun and you never mentioned it, you go from cooperative citizen to potential threat. Here's the progression. You're in North Carolina. You don't tell the officer you're armed. He asks for registration. It's in your glove box next to your gun. You reach over. He sees the gun. Now he's yelling, hand on weapon, ordering you out. What started as a simple stop is now a felony stop. The correct approach? Officer walks up. Before he speaks, you say, "Officer, I have a valid concealed carry permit and I am currently armed. My firearm is in the center console and my permit is in my wallet on the dashboard. How would you like me to proceed?" That one statement discloses the gun, identifies location, shows you're legal, and gives him control. Let me repeat that. "Officer, I have a valid concealed carry permit and I am currently armed. My firearm is in the center console. How would you like me to proceed?" Now here's the first 30 seconds protocol. Pull over safely, turn off engine, dome light on if dark. Roll window down 2 to 4 inches only. Lock your doors. Yes, lock them. Hands on steering wheel at 10 and 2. Don't reach for anything. When officer approaches, you say, "Good evening, officer. I have a valid concealed carry permit and I'm currently armed. My firearm is on my right hip. My license is in my wallet and registration is in the glove box. How would you like me to proceed?" You disclosed immediately, identified gun location, told him where documents are, made no sudden movements. Compare that to the wrong way. Officer walks up. You immediately reach for the glove box. He sees movement. Doesn't know there's a gun. You didn't say anything. Now he's on high alert. Or this. Officer asks for license. You say, "Sure, it's in my back pocket." You reach behind you. He sees your hand going to your waistband. He doesn't know if you're grabbing wallet or gun. That's how lawful carriers end up face down on pavement. Here's where people get confused. The difference between request and order. Officer says, "Can you hand me your gun?" That's a request. Or he says, "Hand me your gun." That's an order. Different legal implications. Here's the move. You say, "Officer, are you asking me or ordering me to hand you my firearm?" This forces clarity. If he says asking, you can decline. Officer, I prefer to leave it secured. I won't be accessing it during this stop. If he says ordering, you comply under protest. Officer, I'm complying under protest. I'm only handing you my firearm because you've ordered me. I do not consent to any searches. May I have your badge number? Then move slowly. Announce everything. I'm reaching into the glove box with my right hand. Left hand stays visible. I'll retrieve only the firearm. Hand it over, grip first, magazine removed if possible. You created a record. If the order was unlawful, your attorney challenges it later. But you didn't get arrested for obstruction. Now the most dangerous moment. Telling the officer where your gun is located. Never reach for anything without announcing first. Officer asks for registration. You already disclosed you're armed? You say, Officer, my registration is in the glove box. That's also where my firearm is. How would you like me to retrieve it? Let him decide. He might say, keep hands on wheel, I'll get it. Perfect. Or, get it slowly. You respond, understood. Opening glove box with right hand, left hand on wheel. I'll retrieve only registration. I won't touch the firearm. Move in slow motion. Narrate. Opening glove box now, reaching for documents. Here are the documents, officer. Compare that to wrong way. You immediately reach over, swing glove box open, grab papers next to gun. Officer sees fast movement toward weapon. His hand goes to holster. You're ordered out, detained, or worse. You didn't disclose. He asks for registration. You reach for glove box. He sees the gun. He draws his weapon. You're looking down the barrel because you didn't say 8 simple words. Officer, my gun is in the glove box. What if officer orders you to hand over your gun? Can he do that? In most states, yes. Officers can temporarily disarm you if they claim officer safety. This comes from Pennsylvania versus Mims. In Texas, officers may disarm LTC holders if reasonably necessary for protection. In North Carolina, similar rule. They must return it when stop ends. In Arizona, they can disarm you only if they have reasonable suspicion you're dangerous. Here's what to say. Officer says, I'm securing your firearm. You respond, I understand, I'm not resisting. When will it be returned? Stop continues. When done, you say, Officer, I'd like my firearm returned now. Most hand it right back. If he doesn't, Officer, am I under arrest? If not, I'm requesting immediate return of my lawfully owned firearm. I do not consent to continued seizure. If he still refuses, may I have your name and badge number? Courts say officers can't hold your gun indefinitely. Once stop is complete, gun must be returned. I've seen Texas cases where police took guns to station for safekeeping. That's illegal. Unreasonable seizure under Fourth Amendment. But in the moment, you don't fight. You document. Get name and badge number. Note the time. Ask when you can retrieve it. Stay calm. Now the 4 core phrases every gun owner must memorize. Am I free to leave? When officer starts asking questions beyond the stop. I plead the 5th. When he asks investigative questions. Where did you get that gun? Is it registered? These are criminal investigation questions. I'm invoking my 5th Amendment right to remain silent. I want a lawyer. If questioning continues, we need to verify this firearm isn't stolen. You say, I'm requesting an attorney. I won't answer further questions. I do not consent to searches. When he wants to search your vehicle or trunk, Officer, I do not consent to any searches. These 4 phrases work together. Officer asks about your gun. You've disclosed properly. Now he says, where else do you keep guns? You have any at home? Red flags. You say, Officer, am I free to leave? He says no. Then I'm invoking my 5th Amendment right and requesting an attorney. I do not consent to searches. Here's your action plan. First, know your state's duty to inform law right now. Second, memorize this phrase. Officer, I have a valid concealed carry permit and I am currently armed. My firearm is in the glove box. How would you like me to proceed? Say it 5 times. Practice until automatic. Third, understand requests and orders are different. Always ask, are you asking or ordering me? Fourth, never reach without announcing. Every movement gets narrated. Finally, remember the 4 phrases. Am I free to leave? I plead the fifth. I want a lawyer. I do not consent to searches. Legal disclaimer. This is educational only, not legal advice. Laws vary by state. If facing charges or your firearm was seized, consult a qualified attorney immediately. If you found this valuable, hit like. Subscribe for more legal strategies. Share with every gun owner you know. The Second Amendment gives you the right to bear arms. But that right means nothing if you don't know how to protect it during a traffic stop. The exact words you use are the difference between driving home with your firearm and losing it for months. Stay armed. Stay legal. Stay smart.